Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue, and I want you to check out Bondy's Boutique and get some of my merch, y'all. I've added some new things like my mermaid cups and the mermaid tees, and also the Shake Them Tits mugs. All right, you asked for it and you got it. Check out Bondy's merch at Bondy's Boutique. Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for a recap review of This Is Us, y'all. I know this week has been so tiring for me. Mardi Gras was Tuesday, it was my anniversary, so we had a good time and we partied, and then I came back to y'all on Wednesday and got Love and Hip Hop Miami and New York and Black Ink Crew Chicago out because I just wanted to get those out the way. And I forgot about This Is Us, but I did watch it, so I basically put notes together from my memory. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. And then after this video, I'll do Marriage Boot Camp and the Bondy Blue Show, where we will be talking about Leaving Neverland. We will be talking about R. Kelly and a whole bunch of other stuff. So hopefully I can get all of this done before 2 o'clock when I gotta go and get my lashes done, but I doubt it because it's 1:21 right now. So Bondy Blue Show might be up a little bit later after I go get my lashes done. All right, y'all. So let's talk about Kate. So this episode, Kate finally had a graduation party. She finished up some of her credits for college and she's getting her bachelor's degree. I suspect, they don't think they really said it. They could have said it, I missed it, whatever. But Toby is making a big deal out of it, and she's forever trying not to make a big deal out of this graduation, which she missed out on the first time around. She didn't finish college the first time around, I don't think. When Kate was a teenager, she missed out on going to her high school graduation because it was, you know, right after the dad had died, and she didn't feel like doing it. Y'all know Kate went through this like really dark depression where she was just angry about everything. Her dad was her person, you know. She was closer to her dad than she was to her mom. So now that the dad is gone, she's just angry all the time, and she did not want to go to the graduation. Randall's graduation was going on at the same time, and of course Kevin's graduation was going on. But Kevin had decided that he was going to follow some girl to California and try to become an actor, and Kate was also pissed off about that because it's like, now my twin is leaving, my father has already, you know, died and left me, and now I'ma just be stuck here with mom, and you know, Randall's going off to live his life. So I guess she felt like everybody was preparing to move on with their lives except for her. She was still stuck in the same place and kind of didn't want to move on, you know. I feel like that's such a real thing when somebody dies in your family, or you know, something happens and you just not ready to move on from it, and everybody else is moving on and you kind of mad at them because you're not ready. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what Kate was going through. But Kate is having this graduation party. Toby blew it out of proportion. Rebecca came in town and she's blowing up balloons and everything. They really wanted to let Kate know how proud they were of her. So Kevin's supposed to be coming to the graduation party. Zoe is out of town, but she's supposed to be coming back in town for the graduation party. And that moves us to Kevin. So Kevin is in town. But because of everything that happened with Kevin's uncle and kind of, I guess, feeling rejected, y'all know how he's not good with y'all know how he's not good with rejection at all. And I kind of don't understand how you can become an actor if you're not going to be able to handle rejection. But I guess it's because it was from a family member that he was really trying to help. But the uncle was like, you know, dude, I don't need all of that. I've been living by myself for a very long time. I'm alright. Thank you for fixing the roof. Thank you for, you know, taking me on a trip, but I'm alright. He didn't take that well. So he decided to go back on the bottle. Now y'all know Kevin has been sober for a long time. He has gotten his shit together, and now he's falling apart again. Wakes up in his hotel room with 3 whole bottles that he didn't drink. I'm like, nigga, your tolerance must be a motherfucker. Because, Lord, there was a lot of bottles to drink, all right? He's waking up. Zoe's calling. She's trying to come to his hotel room, but he doesn't want her to see all of the mess from the night before. He's missed all these important meetings he had in town. I mean, just messing up. He didn't even hang out with Kate, you know what I mean? He was supposed to be there for Kate. He was supposed to be at the graduation early. It was just a whole bunch of stuff that he missed out on because he was drinking. But when he did show up to the graduation and he's giving a speech and, you know, all of this here, and Kate's little friend who's always planning the parties is there, and she's like, you know, this is mock teenies for you guys because she's pregs and you're sobes and all of that. And then Kate could just feel it. But in that moment, you know, when he was looking at the drink and turning around and looking at the bartender, she could just tell that something was not right. She could tell something wasn't right. So he left and went back to his hotel room or apartment or whatever it was. And she, feeling like something wasn't right, and of course can never let it just be about her in the moment, because this is something that's, you know, about her, and she leaves it so she can go run after Kevin's ass. And I don't know how Toby felt about that, but I think that Toby is getting increasingly tired of having to play second fiddle to her brother. I understand that's your twin, but bitch, we grown, okay? And this was about you and the other graduates, and Toby trying to throw something for you so you could feel appreciated, but no, you running behind Kevin. So she runs to his hotel room, you know, pushes past him and sees all the bottles everywhere. Of course, she's disappointed in him, and they have to sit down and have this conversation, and he has to explain, you know, how he tripped up and how it's been hard for him lately. He doesn't want Zoe to find out because, you know, Zoe has already had men in her life disappointing her, and he doesn't want to add to the list. And she's like, well, you have to tell somebody. You got to go to a meeting. You got to get back on track. And he says, okay, you can take me to a meeting. I'll go to a meeting, but you have to wait until I've been to at least 2 meetings before we talk to Zoe about this, because I don't want her to think that I'm falling apart. By the time I talk to her, I want her to know that I'm already putting it back together, which is understandable, but whatever, you know, I get it. So they get in the car and they start to drive to a meeting, and her water breaks in the car. Her water breaks in the car, and you know, it's obvious that the baby is coming, but Kate is only 28 weeks pregnant, meaning she's only about 7 months pregnant. So this is not good. This is not good at all. She's scared. She doesn't want to lose her baby. And because Kevin is still drunk from all the drinking that he was doing, I think he was still in there drinking when he left her party, that he couldn't drive her. So he couldn't drive her to the hospital because she had to get Toby on the phone, and Toby is like, why can't you drive her? And he's like, you know, well, I've been drinking. And Toby is pissed because it's like, you picked this moment to not be sober enough to drive my wife and your sister to the hospital, now wasting more time, and we don't know what can happen in a little time that we have to wait for an ambulance to get to her. So Toby's pissed off. They get to the hospital. Toby is already there. And I'm like, shit, where was Toby at? Because Toby could have came and got her for all of that. He was just sitting there waiting and all of that. So as soon as they, you know, rushing into the hospital, got her on the gurney, and Toby turns around and tells Kevin, no, sit your drunk ass down in the waiting area, okay? It's my wife. I'm going in there. Y'all, it was scary. I don't know what's going to happen with Kate's baby, but I think Kate is going to have her baby. At least I hope so. But it's real scary right now. Randall ended up showing up, and it was like a commemorative of this moment they had as teenagers when everybody was graduating and they all were on the steps of this party, and Randall was there looking for them, and he was like, we have to promise y'all that we're gonna stay in each other's lives. And it kind of made me feel some type of way, because it makes me feel like Randall is always the one reaching out to them, and I don't know if they necessarily reach out to him in the same way. He's always trying to fit into their twosome, and that's what it felt like when he said that. And that's what it also felt like when he walked into the hotel, to the hospital room. But he had to be there. That's his sister, that's family. And once she saw him, she did feel better. Because y'all know Randall has that calming effect. He has that I got this matter of fact type of thing that Kevin doesn't have. And, you know, I think in personality, he's more like their dad than, you know, either of them are. So let's skip over to Randall and what's been going on with Randall. So y'all know our girl Beth has decided that she wants to be a ballet teacher, a dance teacher, and now she has this crazy schedule, and she's not going to be home at night all the time. She's not going to be able to pick the kids up. She's not going to be home on the weekends all the time. And this is going to put a lot of stress on their family, because Randall, you know, starts his role as city council in like a month or so. So they have to figure out how they're going to balance their family life and their work life, and both of them going after their respective dreams. So while Randall's at home and Beth's away doing her classes all day, he gets a call from Deja, and Deja's flipping out, and he doesn't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. And he goes to the school, and he pulls up and he sees Deja walking out the school, walking down the street, and she is upset. And he's like, wait a minute, tell me what's going on. What happened? She says, do you know that everybody at school is calling me Pontiac? What happened was, she wrote an essay. You were supposed to write a personal essay for her English class. She wrote this really beautiful, eloquent essay about a time that she and her mother had to live in a Pontiac. Well, the teacher posted the shit online instead of asking her first, and now she's being made fun of by the kids at the school, calling her Pontiac and shit. I'm like, you know, kids are really fucked up. Kids are really fucked up. And I know we ribbed each other and shit when we was coming up, but I don't know if I remember us making fun of people when they was poor. Like, I don't know if we did that like that. But you know what? This is a new ritzy titsy school, and you know, the atmosphere is obviously different. She probably didn't get made up for being poor when she was at her other school, but now that she's at this school with their other kids, it's just a different environment for her. But Randall is pissed. Randall is like, oh no, we're not going to take it. He was like, oh, you know what? No, this ain't gonna fly. This ain't gonna go. It seemed like he was about to say, you know what, let's just go. But then he was like, nah, fuck that. We're gonna have to deal with this. I'm gonna have to ride up on the English teacher. And y'all know, in true stereotypical fashion, it's a white woman with tears. Like, y'all know, I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, white women, y'all love to cry and try to make people feel bad about checking y'all when y'all do fucked up stuff, boy, I tell you. So he goes in there and talks to the teacher, and she's like, wait a minute, I did. And he's like, no, okay? You took an essay that she wrote and put it online without her permission, without asking her, and now she's being made fun of by the other kids. Do you know that? Do you know what you have put her through? Okay, you know, Randall went in, you know what I'm saying? Giving the deep eyes, and he kept his hands in his pockets the whole time. And she's like, oh my God, no, it's not hard to make me cry. I'm sorry, I know I messed up. I didn't mean to, oh my God, I know, I'm gonna delete it right now. And she hurried up and deleted it. And then she expresses to him that the only reason she did it is because she's so proud and impressed by Deja. Deja is in 7th grade, and then they would, you know, the social worker told her that it would be best for her to skip to repeat 7th grade to make sure that she was on, you know, on task, on core, whatever. Y'all, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my words together, with, you know, the other classmates when she changed schools, and also because of everything that was going on with her mom, she wasn't in school as much as she should have been, so they suggested that she repeat the 7th grade. Well, after talking to the teacher says that she can just go to 9th grade next year. She is very advanced. She has already caught up, and she's ready. She's intelligent. She's spoken to all the other teachers, and everybody has the same synopsis on Miss Deja, and that is that she can just skip 8th grade and go to 9th grade next year like she's supposed to. And you know, Randall is of course very proud, and you know, he's got to tell her how spectacular and magnificent she is. But Deja don't want to skip a grade, y'all. Deja, for the first time in her life, has a routine, has something that she does every day. You know, she loves the fact that they get, you know, that all the kids, her and the 2 other girls that, you know, are their biological children. I always forget them little girls' names because they be in and out or whatever. But they, you know, everybody gets dropped off at the same time. And then either Beth and Randall are standing waiting for them at the end of the day to pick everybody up, and everybody goes home, and we eat a snack, and we do our homework, and you know what I'm saying? Like, this is stability that this little girl has never had, and just a routine. Something that other people, you know, take for granted. Okay? Take for granted something as simple as a routine. And Deja just wants to keep things the way they are for a little longer. And I was just like, well, damn, Deja. And Randall was like that too. He was like, I mean, what am I supposed to say to that? You know, you want her to excel. You want her to want more for herself. You want her to push through. But at the same time, she has different needs than the other children. She has different needs than any other child because of the things that she's gone through, and being the person that she is, being, you know, having to be responsible for people, and then finally being able to be a kid for once in her life. Y'all, Deja always pulls on my damn heartstrings. I don't know why the little girl that plays her has not won an Emmy yet, but she should. Like, she really, really should. If there's anybody on this show that touches me, okay, it's Deja. Y'all know who else touches me? William. Okay, more than anybody else on the show. Just them being on camera and talking sometimes can, you know what I'm saying, that lump in your throat, like, it's a lot. So at the end of the day, when Beth gets home, and Beth is still on the high of finding her dream job and living her best life, okay, I ain't going back and forth with you, okay, like, just living her best life right now. And Randall sits down with her and tells her that they need to figure something else out, because now he's aware of how important it is to Deja, how important it is to their, you know, newly lesbian identified other daughter, their oldest. Their biological oldest. Y'all, I'm spacing on the names. I'm gonna have the names right next episode. But they came back, then they left, and they came back, and I be losing them and stuff like that when I don't see the little girls all the time. But y'all know they're the middle child. I'm gonna just call her the middle child because I don't like the fact that I have to keep saying the biological child, okay? The middle child came out and said that she wasn't sure, but she thinks that she likes girls. So they have all of these things going on in their family right now, and he doesn't know if this is the right time for Beth to follow her dreams. After she supported him, after she's been there for him while he's figured all of his stuff out in election and going against her wishes and still doing it and all of that. And now he wants to turn around and tell Beth that maybe she needs to put her dream of being a dance teacher on the back burner. On the back burner. Y'all, I was so mad. I said the fact that he even had the audacity to ask her that, to say that to her, knowing everything that she has sacrificed already. No, you need to figure it out. Y'all need to call Miguel and Rebecca and see if they could be there to pick the kids up. And make sure that y'all talk to y'all kids when y'all are home and y'all do spend time when y'all can. But I don't think that it was right for him to ask that of Beth. I really don't. I also think he overestimating the amount of work he gonna have to do as the alderman, okay? Like, you should be done by 4, son. You should be done by 4 on most days to go and pick your kids up. I didn't like that, y'all. It made me look at Randall, like, for the first time, like, well, not for the first time, for the second time. Like, Midnight, is you stupid? You know what I'm saying? Like, he can just sometimes be so worried about how he feels about something and his task and what he's doing, helping other people, that he totally ignores the fact that he took all of the light out of Beth's eyes when he said that shit to her. I was so mad, y'all. So let's pop back into the past, all right? I already mentioned about the graduation situation and Randall being there for them and all of that. But let's talk about what happened with Rebecca. The graduation is going on, and Rebecca is going to buy a new camcorder so that she can record Randall's valedictorian speech and his graduation and the rest of the kids' graduation, you know. And this is the first time she's had to do something like this without Jack. It's not something that she normally does, you know, but she has to go and do it. And she's standing up there in the store, in the Radio Shack or the Best Buy, whatever the hell she was. And she was confused. She was like, I don't even know which one to get. And then this guy comes up to her, who is the only man that's normally at the PTA meetings. He's, I guess, like a single father. And he helps her out, but as she's walking away, not reading his room, ask her out, you know, just if they can go have lunch or drinks or something. And the horror on her face, like, how dare you ask me that? She, you know, they just finished having casual conversation about the fact that her husband just died, and you asking her out on a fucking date. You can't see that this woman is still distraught. Like, you know, he's like, I'm sorry. And then he backed away, but it fucked her head up. So after that, she's reeling, because now it's like everything's moving on. The kids are graduating. People are asking me out. Motherfuckers want me to move on, and I am pissed that my husband is not here for all of this. He was supposed to be here. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. That goddamn Mandy Moore. That Mandy Moore, man. Let me tell you something. I knew she had me when she played in A Walk to Remember, okay? The way she's able to really connect with the character in such a way. But when she went to the graduation and Miguel was there too, and she has to run outside because she was, you know, she couldn't handle it. He's supposed to be here. The cry, y'all. The cry that lady had, boy. Like, it's like I could almost feel it all in my chest. Like, I could feel that pain of, I can't fucking breathe. I can't believe this is happening. You know, like, just it's not going to change. And I can't believe that this is what it is. Like, y'all, the cry that Rebecca gave at Randall's graduation. But Miguel, being the A1 that he always has been, okay, when he's allowed to be, all right? Miguel comes outside and tells her, look, I understand that you wish that Jack was here, but he's not. And Randall needs somebody there for him. You don't have to do anything. I'll hold the camcorder and you can just stand there and be supportive for your son. Because in a way, Miguel was like, pull it the fuck together, because right now, this is about Randall. And, you know, he nicely said, but he said that shit. And she pulled it together and they went inside and they were there for Randall's graduation. Y'all, this episode got to me. This episode got to me. Aha, you motherfucker, aha. Okay, I ain't, you know, fall out on the floor cry like I can do on these This Is Us episodes. But I so love this show, and I'm glad that I picked it back up because it's such a beautiful show and it's so different from any of the other shows that I review. I really wanted to continue having the conversation with y'all about This Is Us. If y'all are watching it, if you don't watch it, you should. Like, it's not always an ugly, bad cry. Sometimes it's a happy cry. It's a good cry. The show is very satisfying in that way. There are moments in the show, no matter what, where you are satisfied with something that happened, and you don't get that in a lot of shows. A lot of shows will just take you on a ride and piss you off along the way. And you gotta wait all the way to the end to get some type of resolution. This Is Us is not that show. So I really want people to give it a chance if you have not. Anyway, y'all, I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoy the This Is Us review, and I'm gonna go ahead and see y'all in the marriage boot camp review.